So there's a cutoff card, Emperor of Bones here. I do enjoy a first pick balance. I think you can make a good case for Fractured Identity. I also really like Emperor of Bones. I'm a little tired of Reanimator decks, to be quite honest. I think first pick balance is very fun. What's a bad designed underpowered card? All of the Venture into the Dungeon cards. Gifted Goonie with the 37 months. Thank you, welcome back. Every single one. Yeah, Kaitu's fine. Alright, I'm going to take the balance. This is my health pick here. Bring balance to the world. Not the best pack, too. Mycospawn's pretty. I really like Mycospawn. There's some synergy here, too. Well, Saga's like very first pickable, I think, and Mycospawn does make it a bit better, too. Ocelot Pride, pretty good card. Maybe you can wheel Rin in 6. Probably not wheeling Skull Clamp. Speaking of design, yeah, the fact that this could hit basic lands is pretty bad, I think. I agree. Could take Beans. Could take Hierarch. Could take Ghost Vacuum. Vacuum is pretty good. Beans seems great with balance. I thought they don't play very well together. I'm gonna take the Beans. There's a good chance we're not a balanced deck. Our speculative first pick is maybe will be abandoned quickly. Gonna put this over here. Although Savannah fixes for our colors. Not really much I'm looking at here. Not looking at much of anything today. Yeah, the Rabbit's pretty good too. We just drafted a Rabbit deck. Marv, 37 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. Blue-green Talisman, Expedition map for the Saga. Chariots. Kappa Beans. It's pretty far away from being a Kappa deck. Oh, there's Fury. If Zurin Orb is in the cube, the Titania seems pretty nice with Titania, Saga, Zurin Orb, Beanstalk, Mycospawn. I know Hexdrinker is really good historically, but not that exciting. I think this is a good Titania pick. Titania balance. Not nothing. Yeah, way more likely to just be like green-red than Naya too. Yeah, Lumberjack is pretty good too. There's a good chance Lumberjack wheels, I think, but certainly Lumberjack seems better if you have Titania too. I do really like Orcish Lumberjack. That card is just so fun, and like how you basically never get the opportunity to play with it outside of Cube. Could be a good Field of the Dead deck. Certainly a little bit early. Could be a good Uro deck, although Uro's kind of boring. There's Safekeeper. Yeah, there's no Zurin Orb in this version? I think I like the Field of Dead. It's still like early enough, I think, that we can get this going. Like even if we're not in white, like Savannah is just not the worst fixer. Fractured Identity Beans, I guess. It is certainly pretty dang boring. Might be more likely to just play like a Burst Lightning. I'll just take this. As boring as it is. Could this be a Mentor deck? Probably not. It seems the most fun. All right, Staff, Avacyn's Pilgrim. Staff goes with Saga. Not really anything else. Staff is pretty good. Oh, with Mentor. Okay. Everybody's favorite card, Delayed Blast Fireball. My first preview card, Lion Sash. All right, pretty bad first pack. Bailed out with the Time Walk a little bit here. Great Time Walk deck, I'm sure. What could be wheeling? Portico, maybe? Copperline Gorge. Probably not either 4-drop. Maybe Sentinel. Sentinel's pretty good. Maybe Pending. Orb is in the cube. Let's go. Worse than Time Warp in our Beanstalk deck, but we'll take it. Are there bad Time Walk decks? No, but there are better Time Walk decks, and this kind of build is usually a bit better. Where you get to go like 4-drop Time Walk, 5-drop, you know. So Jace always picks up a lot of premium or it picks up premium. I don't know how to say this. Value when you're playing Time Walk. It's better when you're playing Time Walk. Oh, stock up! Stock up! Take the Jace, I think. We're definitely blue now. Oh, Sparrow's headquarters seems really good, actually. I might have to take the headquarters. I have to take the headquarters, I think. So we have nothing for our Saga. Currency Converter, generally pretty good, but doesn't seem like it'll likely be very synergistic in our deck. Gearhulk is pretty cool. It could end up being pretty good in our deck as well, especially if we get Torpor Orb. Yeah, please, wheel, stock up. I mean, I think Urza's generally really strong. Seems like it won't be great in our deck. Holly's been decent. Yeah, Holly's okay. Could take Once Upon a Time, too. I think I'm going to take the Urza. Okay, gotta take the Heath. Man, mandatory Heath, despite this green sub looking pretty tempting. Maybe you can wheel Leyline Binding. Must take the Heath. Vista's pretty close to a must take in my mind as well. Sacred Foundry would be nice as a fetchable off Heath, but this is just like fixes all your colors. I don't know, maybe Foundry is more important because it's like all of my later fetches can now, all my later white fetches can get all 4 colors. I'm probably not taking the, I mean, I might play Balance. It's over there. Can you resize so you can see all the cards? Yeah, sorry about that. I thought it was resized. Yeah, let's take the Sacred Foundry. I think it's a little bit close. Might take a Soccer Field. We have to take mana fixing here. It's just like it's just so mandatory in my opinion to have functional mana in these 4-color decks. Could take the Godless Shrine. Field and Balance the same deck seems bad. This is the thing about Balance, is it's like the only card that bails you out of situations that you're behind, and if you're ahead, you're ahead, you know. You just don't have to cast it all the time. I like Balance probably just almost always makes your deck. Could take the Dark Depths too. Especially with the Myco spawn. Speculative Dark Depths. Kind of late for Nadu. If we had taken the Green Sun Zenith, I would have liked the Nadu. I think we're taking Tundra. 64 player, single elimination in 30 minutes. Think about it. Do you need some acceleration? We are a Field of the Dead deck. Teferi wouldn't be so bad. Time Robber seems insane. I mean, it's fine. Insane seems like a stretch. Hero of Dominaria, I guess, over Vaultborn Tyrant. We sure don't have like any red cards in our Fury deck. I really want to play with Gearhulk though. Gearhulk's probably a little hard to cast. We have 2 colorless lands. Okay, I'll take the Discharge, but feels bad. I really wanted to play with Gearhulk and Cube. Okay, we get kind of paid off here with the Leyline Binding. Green Sun would be pretty strong too, especially with Beans also. It's got extra value. But Binding also good with Beans, so I guess that's a wash. Winds is also quite strong. Okay, Knight seems playable enough here. Not Deathray Shaman for mana. Deathray Shaman is like barely playable, yo. Every time Shaman comes in, it's like, wow, last pick Nadu? What the fuck? Let's fucking go. Sit up straight. Shaman is like close to unplayable in Cube. Okay, we got a good fetch land. Gets every target? Can't quite see. I think every target though. Anything we're really hoping to wheel? I don't know. So there's Rafine's Tower, which doesn't quite give us domain off of 2 fetches. I did not end up taking the it's kind of nice that this is incidental black. How are we doing on playables? Am I going to play all of these? I don't know if I want to play like the Mentor or the Vindicate necessarily. Anything else looking kind of sketchy? 13, 16. Yeah, not doing great on playables, but that's the kind of the nice thing about this archetype is you can play whatever. We have a couple other like fringe cards we could reach for in the board. Mystical 2 different Time Walk best option. Over the arid base? Arid base is like unpassable here. I think I'm gonna take the tower. Am I playing beans? I think so. I've got enough 5-drops. You don't need that many 5-drops for beans to be good. I have Fractured Identity, Titania, Leyline Binding, Fury. It's like definitely enough. Okay, another fetch land, unpassable. It's a really good fetch land too. Yeah, 6 is pretty good, but we are a Field of the Dead deck, and I think making the Field of the Dead work seems pretty important. Fast Spawn is interesting. Yeah, Pyro is pretty good. We could not pass the Marsh Flats. Okay, so we're gonna take this or Flage. This is not the best Fast Spawn deck ever, right? But it's also like the redundancy with exploration is a little awkward. Storm Chaser's talent's pretty good with Time Walk. Yeah, I probably take Challenge over Flage. I have like basically nothing to get back besides that. Like I said, I have a couple of things. I'll take the Fast Spawn. I would take the I would not take Emperor over those though. Okay, Springheart Nantuko seems pretty good. A little bit of synergy with the Nadu. This deck would be really, really good if we got the Sylvan Safekeeper. Although this is a Crucible of Worlds. Is a Crucible of Worlds better? Yeah, probably a bit better. I'm gonna be pretty sad if I see the Safekeeper, but it's also kind of late. Although here's another Crucible. I guess it would still be good. Grim Monolith is kind of tempting. Dak Faden's pretty tempting. Brebe Challenger's pretty good. I think because I just took the Crucible, I don't think I want the Ramunap. I'm going to take Dak. Bloodbraid would be pretty good, though. Getting closer to this. This Mentor is looking like it's actually pretty playable. I might even play the Vindicate, too. Scarlet's pretty good. Steam Vent seems like a nice fetchable, though. Yeah, Strip Mine's in the queue, but we're not going to get it this late. So right now we have 13 unique lands, plus probably one of each basic. That's gonna probably complete our mana base. We could play Phantasmal Image in our Fury Monastery Mentor. I guess that's about it. I mean, Image is just pretty good. Could take the Shelldock Isle also. I think Shelldock for Mycospawn's pretty nice. I might not want to play like basic Mountain anyways. How good is Ephemerate in our deck? We're playing Fury, we're playing Urza, we're playing Omnath, we're playing... It's good with Mentor, it's 2 triggers. It's good with Nadu. Yeah, I think I'm down for an Ephemerate. We do have black for Lingering Souls, but I don't know that Souls is like that good here overall. This is a very weird deck. Okay, I think I'm going to take the 6. Lauren Revealed. What did I pass for this? This is just another fetch land, so... if you image Mycospawn, you don't get the cast trigger. Okay, so this Wield. Got to play that in our Time Walk deck, I think. Do I want to play the Excavator too? I don't have enough time. I think I'm just going to play this. I don't think I'd play the Excavator too. Oh yeah, we're also a Beanstalk deck. I picked a fetch land. Lauren might have been better than the fetch land, honestly. So we're probably down to just 2 basics, an island, or I guess I do want an island, a forest, and a plains, probably. This could be an 18-land deck. Let me not main deck the... I mean, the Vindicate's not bad. We have a lot of 3-drops, though. Oh, yeah, the depths didn't get there, of course. Actually makes things a lot easier. So do I want to play 18 lands? I think I kind of want to play 18. I don't know. Oh yeah, the Saga didn't quite get there either. Wow, we just actually didn't pick up any vegetables off Saga. Do I play Neshoba Brawler? Brawler kind of fits in our curve kind of well. It's a little bit off plan. Yeah, you just never cut Nadu. Nadu's just broken. Like it's good. It has synergy with Fury and Ephemerate, but it's like their removal is just bad, and it's a 3/4 flyer for 3 mana. Just always good. Yeah, I think in this deck, Urza Saga with no targets is not okay. Yeah, so maybe we're just this with Island, Plains, Forest. I think Lion Slash is just a sideboard card here. Wait, what happened? Sash gives us Nadu fodder. Wait, Sash doesn't trigger Nadu, does it? You're wrong. Y'all keeping this? It's kind of like a 5 lander because of the field. We can surveil turn 1 also. Let's keep it. I have one more surveil land in the deck, right? Oh, the perfect top deck. I'm planning on playing in the Hunter Burden. There's a chance my eye gets worse and I just have to sit out, but I hope that's not the case. Oh, they took my Field of the Dead, which really stinks. But I guess we can't be too upset. Hopefully we can find our room to replay the field. That's a draw 4 next turn. I have at least have the Esper Triumph for this. Okay, discards a Vaultborn Tyrant. So I guess I don't have any red mana. Maybe I made some mistake in my sequence of fetching here. Okay, draw 4. Yeah, I couldn't get my Steam Vents there, could I? Hard to say no to this with the Bean in play, I guess. Oh, the Steam Vents got discarded. That's where it went. I can get Sacred Foundry for my Dak Fade next turn. Or I can just pitch it to the Fury, maybe. They don't reanimate the Tyrant, which is obviously great for us. I think I should be kind of bold and go Mentor Dak, not be so scared as to say no to this Dak when we want to be filtering our draws pretty well. Can maybe find Time Walk. No Time Walk, but Titania is pretty good. Can expect my Field of the Dead too. I don't know what the best other card to keep is though. Probably the 6. Yeah, I'm gonna try some eye drops today, I think. Titania plus Fury. Well, the thing is that 6 can like retrace Fury. So it seems like 6 is better. I also don't have 2 red sources in play to hardcast it. If we kill the Vaultborn Tyrant, somehow we can steal the back half with Dak, maybe. They discard their hand. Wow. They didn't play the Wishclaw Talisman out either. They do have Delirium for the FOMO. Can you retrace and pitch cast? Yes. So I think I'm double blocking the FOMO. Just so good here. They say, oh, maybe not realizing they had it. You should be able to retrace off 6. I'm about to have a lot of blockers, so I think keeping my life total high is a priority. Okay, Freebooter, no targets. This does have reach if I can play it this turn. Could steal a clue token too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 5 lands. I joked about the Titania balance thing, but I think it actually is just coming up here. Yeah, probably just want to keep the Teferi or the Binding. I mean, I guess I could just Binding this turn and balance next turn. Is that better? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get to kill one of their Okay, choose 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this seems better. It's also pretty fun. I think I'll keep the binding over the Teferi too, with the bean in play. I don't know. This is pretty cool. Balance, make 3/5/3s. You said yesterday you were happy to see Teferi Sing play again. I am happy, yeah. Yeah, Teferi triggers beans too, but binding triggers are for 1. No ... or am I wrong? Well, I don't even know what you're implying. I do only have 15 cards on my deck. One of them is a Time Walk. Synergy. I like Binding Interpreter, then using Teferi to tuck Binding next turn. To tuck Binding? Oh, to make them discard their hand? That's a little deep. The Interpreter also is not doing a lot on against a board of 5/3s. Yeah, we also have the Crucible still in the deck, which can pop off really hard. Or the better Crucible. So Dead Titania. Not the scariest turn. Interesting if they'll attack or not. If they attack with everything, we're left with a 5/3 and then the rest of our board. Remember that you're going to get the creatures and sack them to balance as if the creatures were Castor Gryceem. Alright, so let's double block. I guess we should have triple blocked to get a Fatal Push. Well, sorry, that wouldn't actually change anything. So never mind. We draw an Urza, which we can't cast at the moment. It could maybe loot it away. I think we start off, draw a card off the binding, and then we can get slightly better informed on how to, or what to loot away with the deck. Probably should have tapped one of these two instead of the red source, though. So we find our Time Walk. Unfortunately, I can't go Time Walk Knight of the Reliquary. But fortunately, the Time Walk is just lethal, so there's that. There's that. That's good news. All right, so they seem to have a Reanimator plan, so let's bring in my child, Lion Sash. I'm going to cut the Mentor. All right, let's keep this one. Might be exploring. I think I'm just going to play the headquarters here. Cruise for Urza. I think Urza is better than Cruise. I still do think this. There's some tension between like wanting to like get rid of my graveyard anyways. You have a turn 2 Gristlebrand. Not a single viewer predicted you at O2 for even a single bit. Wow. I mean, they did last league. That is nice. I think I'm scared enough of this Gristlebrand that I'm going to go explore and hope to top deck the Lion Sash. Let me get the Steam Vents. Not quite that lucky. We're also a bit closer to Fractured Identitying the Gristlebrand, I guess. I wonder if the 6 is going to be better than Omnath. I think probably that late into the game, especially with how many lands we're going to have in our hand. We didn't see a reanimation spell last game, so they may be kind of light. They definitely have a big aggro plan too. If they could just wait a turn on reanimating the Gristlebrand and we get to Fractured Identity yet, we're going to be fine. Yeah, I was looking a little bit at the Sapphire Medallion Temporal Mastery deck we built pretty early into MH3. I was thinking that since Jace the Mind Sculptor is seeming to be kind of playable again, that it could be a good direction to like actually try to play with this card again. Okay, if they draw 7 more, we also get to play 6 next turn, although it would have immediately been better as Omnath. So I don't know. I've been kind of working on that build a little bit. I'm still struggling on like, do you want to splash for like Flame of Anor, Fire, Ice, Lightning Bolt? Do you want to be mono blue and like maybe main deck Harbinger? Do you want to? I'm starting to think that splashing black is going to be better, despite it being kind of weird with Sapphire Medallion. Psychic Frog in your Time Walk deck just seems like it's probably pretty dang good. So might be working some more on that this weekend. We'll see. Could also maybe play the Time Walk build as an Urza deck Mox 5 Urza in your Time Walk Temporal Mastery deck seems pretty cool. Yeah, they decide not to draw any more cards. We don't get to activate the Shelldock next turn. At a pretty low 7 life. Likely going to go to game 3. Do you feel 1 God Eternal Kefnet is worth it in Jace turn deck? I think that card is completely unplayable in every context, unfortunately. I wish I had better news for you. All right, let's keep the Fury for next turn. Could maybe go Fury and Teferi and laugh at the Gristlebrand draws. Although I did just notice this Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah, no Fury triggers Beans, but it didn't seem correct to just Fury this when they drew all these cards. There's a good chance that they commit into the Fury a bit. Although I may want to Galvanic Discharge this Ragavan. Yeah, seems fine. If they play more into the Fury, you can just hardcast it. Yeah, 2023 Modern, quite the time. So not quite going to be at a spot where I can go end of turn, cast 6 off the Teferi mana. My opponent made me no longer need to worry about that. All right. Fury trigger Beans. Okay, we're keeping up here despite my opponent having Gristlebranded me. Gonna have a great turn next turn, maybe. Jeff with the 48 months, 4 years. Let's go. Thank you so much. Glad you're still liking the stream after all this time. All right, there's a Vaultborn Tyrant, which it's kind of fun that that's what they're going for here. Like, we may just be able to overpower it. It's a little bit less good that they reanimated it because they still have 5 cards in their hand. A lot they can do. Although this does unlock my 6, maybe. We are that's quite a sight. A Detective's Phoenix on a Vaultborn Tyrant. Game 3. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we got too much extra juice against them. Let's just get in there. Okay, so we can get Esper Triome, and that's going to give me Domain. Am I just going to have to Binding this Ragavan? I think I'm going to hold up the Binding and hope that I get to balance next turn instead of having to use the Binding this early. They get rid of my Crucible card. This actually could be bad for me if they played it this turn. All right, so they have to take the balance here. So we could just make them do that and then Binding the bat. We could Binding the bat in response, but better to give them the opportunity to mistake if their hand is forced anyways. So balance is just an Edict here. But an Edict, good enough, I guess. Next turn we can go Mycospawn for Field of the Dead or Mycospawn for Shelldock Isle. A lot of good top decks too. Probably going for Field. Play land first and then discard 1. Yeah, but then we have to sacrifice a land. So it seems incorrect. Also, don't exactly want to make the Reanimator deck discard a card. I don't love how long they are thinking about this turn. They say, I think more now because I know my friends will watch. It's funny. All right, Screaming Nemesis, kind of scary. I mean, us not being able to gain life for the rest of the game turns off like our Omnath. I probably am just going to choose to block next turn. So we lose our Ephemerate. That makes Nadu, Titania, and Omnath top decks all worse. They have 4 cards in their hand, 3 mana. The Did not miss a land drop last turn. They might reanimate the Nemesis. They unearth Ragavan instead. Kind of similar. The Ragavan's only probably going to hit me one time. A pretty good draw. I definitely would like to be able to retrace the Mycospawn and exile land and get a Shelldock Isle next turn. There's a good chance they have a removal spell, though. Not a Fatal Push. At least dodges Bolt. Could die to Burst Lightning. No attack. So I can't gain any life the rest of this game, funny enough. Let's just go ahead and attack first here. Might find something else I want to retrace, too. It's an Urza. Alright, so might as well still play the Omnath because it's 0 mana, basically. Again, we don't get to gain any life because they Screaming Nemesis to me. Which is incredibly rude. But now we get to go retrace the Mycospawn with Kicker. Exile the Blood Crypt, grab Shelldock Isle. Deal them 4 damage. Some good choices here. I don't know. I think I should probably take the Fractured Identity because I probably am mostly losing to them, like putting like a Vaultborn Tyrant into play or something like that. Probably not many wrong answers there. Also, Staff of the Storyteller, Field of the Dead is pretty cool. They should have given us Staff of Modern. Staff is pretty... I don't know. It probably would have been fine. I wonder how good it would have been in the energy deck, though. Entomb. Gristlebrand. It can be pretty risky for them to draw any cards off of it. But they do have a Gristlebrand, or sorry, a Hasty Gristlebrand here. So if they have the card Lightning Bolt in their deck, we're in quite bad shape. I don't think we've seen a Lightning Bolt yet, though. They draw 7 more, so it seems like they're digging for something specific. They say, damn, I have a Bolt, ... Seems like it could be in their hand, and they're lamenting that the game is over so soon. Now they say, I mean, in my deck. That was about 50-50 for them to find it. A 60-40. I have a strong feeling I'm going to lose the game this turn. I'm going to let the dogs in. Alright. Looks like maybe not. Looks like maybe not. So... opponent's pretty dead, so that I like that dynamic here. Uh-oh, I missed the library. So they're looking for the bolt off the library. And they didn't find it. Okay. Good match, good match. It's good enough hand, I think. Obviously a little bit weird not to have any green mana, but have a lot of fixing in our deck, and Staff plus Mentor is pretty cool. Shellgrave is top card, reanimates the top card in the graveyard. Yeah, we're talking about, but they cast Unearth on Ragavan. We weren't talking about, we weren't using like a metaphor for reanimate. They cast the card Unearth on Ragavan. I had Instant Speed Fractured, I didn't anyways. Right, but I think if they had unearthed the turn previous, I can't remember which turn they did it, but if they had done that, I don't know that I would have, like, that was before I had the instant speed Fractured available, right? Okay, Fury pretty good against basic planes usually. Can maybe be contained by the boots. Okay, no turn 1 Mox Opal active. I think I'm going to go for Mentor after Storyteller. I think I'm going to learn my lesson and pick the Omnath this time. Take that. Solid chance my mentor dies, I guess. All right. The tempting Mox Soap will keep. I don't have a green-red fetchable here, but I do really want to play Dak this turn and steal the boots. Yeah. Dak Faden here and today. Dak Faden here and today. We have an interesting 5-0. Zoo, Living End, Belcher. Zoo plus Living End plus Belcher in one deck? Holy guacamole. Seems like actually this is just a bit, right? Oh, sorry, I should have played the Forest, so if I could draw Green Source and play Titania, but probably okay. Yeah, I realized it was a bit, Reginald. Okay, so I'm going to Ballista X equals 2 and kill my mentor. I've always liked the idea of taking a normal modern deck, exchanging all of its lands from DFCs and slamming Belcher into it. We did that with Necro Belcher. It's obviously that deck already wanted to play a lot of MDFCs. It's one I probably should be circling back to pretty soon. Okay, so Dead Mentor. Gonna feel a little bit bad if I draw the Green Source, but certainly very ahead this game. Yeah, I think we have to play this. This card is gonna be pretty good. Going next turn, grab a Field of the Dead, trigger Staff of the Storyteller, trigger Staff every turn. Probably sacking the Archive. Might Ephemerate the Fury this turn. Okay, so we get Field of the Dead. Trigger Field of the Dead. Trigger Staff the Storyteller. Draw a card. Fractured Identity is pretty good. I think we could just hold that and go. Fury, kill. Construct. Ephemerate, trigger Prowess. Nice. All right. Well, this matchup, hard to say a lot about it, I guess. We haven't really seen anything yet. Probably should have mulliganed their hand. Maybe just be a cube streamer next week. Probably gonna mulligan this one on the draw. Seems a little slow. Unkeepable. All right, so we have our 7-card hand, but now it's worse. Played myself, I guess. Would Dak be too good in Modern? No, right? Yeah, I think Dak Faden would be a pretty reasonable print into Modern. I have a hard time imagining it would be like actually a problematic card. Okay, let's leave the Field in the deck. Let's put Fury underneath here. Uh-oh. Might be a fast game too. Gator with the 32 months. I go back. Would you ever explore Pauper for my health? Maybe. I mean, it's not that Modern is so bad. It's just like the Modern Challenge didn't fire. My eye is like really fucked up. And Cube was just so fun. Can I beat a Kappa? I can maybe beat a Kappa. I keep forgetting we didn't get the red white surveil land. If Royal Scions is unplayable, I refuse to think Dak Faden will be playable. I mean, Dak is certainly a step above Royal Scions. I could go Dak Steel into the next turn untap. I'm going to play the 6 instead, but... You know, I'll say this about Pauper. Pauper is a format I have played a reasonable amount. It's a format I have liked in the past. But it's one of those formats that, like, just like the Monarch cards and the Initiative cards are legal. And I think it is a format that is pretty negatively affected by... I think of all the formats, it is the one that is the most negatively affected by like master sets and commander sets. I think Pauper would be a format that would be much more appealing to me, at least, if if no commander products and no Modern Horizon sets were in it. So we probably just need to bank on them not having an artifact this turn. Fair enough. I guess we're technically not dead. Neither mechanic is super prevalent nowadays. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I'm glad to hear that. I know there's some like green-red deck that plays those cards, though. I guess I'll concede to them tapping the factory. Ah, my most hated card. Playable in a workshop deck, kind of. Right, game 3 on the play. Yeah, I know there's not that much of it anymore. That's true. Do you expect any changes to be made to Standard? I haven't been playing much Standard. When I was playing a lot of Standard, I felt like the format would be a lot better without Up the Beanstalk. I found that card to be like by far like the least fun, the least fun part of the format. So, and I know that it did pretty well at the last Pro Tour. I mean, Dak Faden is really good against them. Let's try this hand. Kibler made a video recently where he thought Up the Beanstalk on Monstrous Rage should go. Yeah, so I heard about that, and of course Standard is not my format. I haven't been playing it much lately. I played a good amount of it last year. But I don't, like, banning Monstrous Rage seems really weird. Just like I will say I'm always kind of biased against fast matchups. You know what I mean? When games are really fast and quick, and like you end up making a few decisions that matter a lot, I really enjoy those games. And I think Monstrous Rage ends up being games like that. And I tend to not prefer games that are like 30, 40 minutes these days. So like, there's definitely some bias there that I want to acknowledge. I think we'll put the Titania there. But to me, like, I don't know, Monstrous Rage, it's good. Kind of a wild card to ban, I think. Justification for Rage makes blocking its aggro decks really bad / impossible. I don't know. This is an argument for sure. I do have a Steam Vents in the deck. Let's go ahead and get that. Like, you know, it certainly is. I don't know. I think it is something you can try to play around sometimes. Sometimes you can't, and that is when Monstrous Rage is good, is when you're blocking with creatures. I don't know if that bias has something to do with my profession. Of course it does. Of course it does. Absolutely. Huh. Okay, I guess we're choosing the Steam Vents, and then we have to discard 2 cards. Really good balance. Gonna keep the walk-in closet, and I guess I have to discard the expensive ones here. Oh, sorry, I have to choose 4. My turn. Just kidding. All right, they've had a pretty good draw here. I guess we'll see what happens off the factory. They're using all their mana. Is it for a Kappa? For a Coveted Jewel. Okay. Coveted Jewel pretty risky here into my Spirit token. I feel like the Banned Beanstalk was not as crazy before the Pro Tour, and everyone thought Pixie was the best deck. I mean, did it do better after the Pro Tour? Again, you know, Standard is not something that you should really be even taking my opinion too seriously on, but... Okay. Give me the jewel, baby. Give me that jewel. Let me hit that jewel. No. Oh, they're floating mana. Let's go. Alright, consider the jewel hit. Bit awkward here. I would really like to go... I want to deck fade in this pretty badly. So I guess I just am not going to play the walk-in closet. Maybe deck fading the Mox Diamond is kind of silly, but... Because maybe I want to be saving it for something bigger that they have. Mycospawn Workshop. Well, I don't have a colorless source in play to kick the Mycospawn deck into balance. I think we can possibly have a good balance turn. I think I'm going to play the walk-in closet. Okay, let's put the Time Walk underneath here. Alright, your turn. Attacking opponent's banned after balance is probably a good idea. Well, I don't think I have a good balance I can cast this turn, if that's what we're saying here. I think that like they're just so likely to play one big dumb artifact next turn that I want to save the deck to try to steal that big dumb artifact. But certainly not the easiest turn. 3/3 Ballista. So this is attack and isn't blocked. So it's not like they can just ping and steal the coveted jewel here. That's an interesting draw. So let me go Beanstalk into Binding. Probably Beanstalk into Binding. Yeah. At the very least, I'm just going to take an extra turn. Okay, I think we go 6 into Time Walk, or Time Walk into 6. Since the 6 can help me dig for Storm Chaser's talent to rebuy the Time Walk. Or I could even just walk in Closet the Time Walk next turn. I think we're going to be 2-0 again. Ooh, baby. Alright. I can also go Mycospawn for a Field of the Dead. So it costs me 7 mana to walk in Closet Time Walk. So walk in Closet, Time Walk, and I have 4 mana after that. So I guess we just go... Oh, it seems like I miscounted. You want to play Knight instead of play land? Well, I might retrade. I don't need to play the land right now. I'm counting the land also. So if I go Mycospawn for Field of the Dead, I don't have enough mana to also walk in Closet and Time Walk. So unlock the Forgotten Cellar. And then I think what we do is we go cast Urza. Then we cast the Time Walk. Time Walk exiled now. They've already played a balance this game. So there's my Storm Chaser's Challenge. Unfortunately, my Time Walk is exiled, of course. All right, let's get the Field of the Dead in play. Trigger the staff. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available. Seems like to try to play around like a sweeper. It's good to play the hero here. Hard. Don't need to make really any more tokens. I guess, let me see if I should be able to like steal the Pinhead Prism too. You're so far ahead you could challenge yourself and cast balance, I see. Arid Mace to all fetchables out. Well, I think that overcommits, right? Like we don't need to make infinite field tokens. We kind of just need to not die to a sweeper or like an upheaval, so I think upheaval is a good reason to steal the Pinhead Prism here. Jarvis, thanks for the raid. Modern Challenge didn't fire today, so we're playing some Vintage Cube. We're currently undefeated. We were 4-0 on the day in Vintage Cube. I think we're about to be 5-0. Coming in the middle of quite the turn. Opponent said, nice deck. Thank you. All right, playing for the trophy. Trophy in our last league, too. First pick Dolores. Everyone thought it was wrong. Haven't really encountered that much resistance today, though, which is... That is definitely the real Vintage Cube tech, is just not run into any broken decks. That is the real tech. I think I'm still having fun with Modern. There's enough cool stuff I want to work on that I think it's pretty unlikely we're gonna do like a 3-week cube pivot. But I think it is somewhat likely we play some cube. It would have been pretty nuts with the fetch land. It's not very good. Probably just need to keep on 6. I generally think Lurrus is a bit overrated. At least my experience is like people always yell at me when I take Lurrus, so I'm of the impression people don't like it very much, but maybe people just do. I think I gotta say yes to staff here. Wait, cube is up indefinitely? But Caleb is happy about that. Is a compliment that challenges a fire modern? It's pretty. I haven't seen this happen in a long time. It did happen back in the Nadu Boros meta. There are a lot of big paper tournaments this weekend in South America and Europe, and so it seems somewhat likely that that's related, but definitely not a very good sign overall. Weird game so far. Almost definitely chump blocking with the balance of my hand. Kind of telegraphs the line though. It'd be kind of nice to draw a land and then play walk-in closet, then balance. Let's wait on the balance still. Pretty good. So they probably draw now, so they can draw 2, discard 3 instead of just discarding 1. Maybe they have like a reprieve or something. Or something. Probably the best possible. Maybe I guess Mana Tide is better. Next round you get to go Walk-in Closet, fetch, and then get to go Omnath. Crack Omnath. I think we should be able to like leave a fetch in play, trigger the Omnath, kill the Wandering Emperor with the Omnath, and play Titania. My opponent has a million cards in their hand, so it's like unclear that that's going to be quite good enough, of course. A fast spawn would be a pretty interesting top deck, I guess. Interesting that they sacked the library. I guess they have the Palace Jailer for cards. Going down to 15. They draw a card. So get my Sacred Foundry and then replay the fetch land. The next turn I can go Omnath, crack fetch, replay fetch, cast Titania. I think I might not have another unfetchable green source actually, but if I can cast Titania, bring back a land, trigger the Titania, kill the Wandering Emperor with the Omnath passive, gain some life here. They strip mine my Sacred Foundry. That doesn't exactly change things, right? If assuming I have a fetchable green, which I may, I should have Savannah. So I'm down to 11. They have 6 cards in their hand and 5 mana, so expecting something else to get cast here. Sarah Paragon. So they can strip mine me again next turn. Draws another card. Alright, so I go down to 6. I cast Aminami. Oh, I also have my exploration land too. I wasn't counting. Okay, so Aminami. Maybe we get to fetch in response. Not sure exactly. Michael Spawn's kind of cool. Okay, so get Savannah. Gain 4 life. Play the Heath. I guess we might as well crack so we can get it back with the Titania. Kill the Wandering Emperor. We also have Ephemerate for the Titania or for the Omnath, which is something. This can also gain me 4 life on my opponent's turn, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think we just pass here with the Ephemerate and the ability to crack for 4 life up. Pretty good turn. Have Michael spawn for Field of the Dead next turn. Don't have too many fetchables left, which is a little bit of a problem. Although just cracking the fetch triggers the Titania at least. Yeah, Titania triggers Storyteller. So if we don't end up ephemerating, we could just trigger that. Does ephemerating Omnath let you fresh triggers? It does, yeah, it does. That could have been correct. Probably was actually. This looks the best I've seen Omnath in Cube. Yeah, maybe. I would agree that this was the best Omnath I've had. So I'm down to 5. They go Burst Lightning, target me. Well, let's fetch in response. It's gonna be tough for them to deal 4 more damage here, I think. Darksteel Soul Ring doesn't seem that bad. Like cutting them off that much extra mana seems like it could be correct. Fury pitch Rin 6. So they have a Rin 6 strip mine deck. So why don't we rebound Ephemerate on Titania? Shared identity. Simply too many choices here. Okay, so sowing Microspawn. Gloom with the 54 months. Thank you, welcome back. I know you like the cube. Good to see you, homie. So another counter on the staff. 4 mana. Enters. Deal my opponent 4 damage. Probably saving my fetch for my opponent's turn, right? We just go Fractured Identity here. Oh, I guess we should Fractured Identity the Jailer. Yeah, Fractured Identity the Jailer. Jailer the Paragon. I'm the Monarch. Steal the ring. Shout out to Esther. Get in for 9. Opponent has the chump block. I think, did we miss lethal? I don't, maybe. There's too many things going on. Yeah, we have 1 fetchable left. They're dead on board. Are they dead on board? I don't know. What was the line that we could get rid of the extra blocker? There maybe was one. Okay, we win game 1. Fireball seems okay against them. Seems a little bit too hard to cast. Let's run it back. We missed lethal if we had exiled token instead of tap fly. Ah, of course, yes. By the way, standard 32 challenge, 5 no hits used, 72 people registered. Yeah, I mean, it was a 64 player modern challenge, but I think we had like 54 people or something like that. This hand's nutty if we draw a fetch. Pretty good otherwise. Let's keep. Yeah, Crummy's starting to a lot of fun. I mean, I love Vintage Cube. I think I'm pretty decent at it too, and definitely a good change of pace on our sick day here today. We have 3 fetches and a Lord revealed. I'm going to get a little greedy here. Yeah, I'm going to get a little greedy. I'm going to play the Mentor first. I know we can go Beanstalk into Fury, but we can go Beanstalk into Fury and have a Mentor in play too. And we can maybe kill extra things with the Fury. And so this is at the cost of giving them a treasure token and taking 2 damage. It seems correct. It's just not actually greedy. Just probably correct. Ah! Banned in Modern. Uma's always just... Thanks, Cobb. It's really cool to hear that I'm your favorite Cube streamer. I know I don't do very much of it, but I think I have a fun approach of just like trying to build something beautiful, and I think we make something pretty cool most of the time. Alright, so make a token. Invoke the Fury. We could basically draw our whole deck here. Or not draw our deck, but fetch out our whole deck. I'm not sure if I can play the Urza. I don't think I have enough more untapped fetchables with me having to play the Tundra for. Yeah, I think Jitte would be like among the safest unbans, if not like the safest. It would see probably 0 play for whatever that's worth. So I think I'm just gonna play 1 fetch land here. And then fetch a surveil land on my opponent's turn, so I'm gonna take too much damage. Did something change with my mic setup? It feels more ambient mic and less direct. Maybe. I've been like using Streamlabs to record some like personal project stuff off the side, and it's sometimes my mic settings get messed up. But I haven't heard that feedback yet. 54 months of mental health magic. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. Jitte would see Fringe play, and I think I agree exactly, Hammer. So if I go, can I go Urza into Lauren Revealed? I'd have to fetch 2 things untapped, which is pretty painful here. So I think I'm just going to draw 4. My opponent also has Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I think Pod would be a pretty safe unban too. Yeah, I know they have Burst Lightning, so I do think it's probably good to just jump here, even though it kind of cost me my entire board. Yeah, Punishing Fire also on my list of cards that are probably fine to unban. So I want to get the field down, I think, before we go for Titania. I don't know if this is too greedy. Yeah, I do just actually think the only way I'm losing this game is if I get burned out. So, oh, they didn't kill a token in response. Although I guess I don't really have the ability to pump these more, probably. OMG, Jitte busted, never ban. Is this a sincere comment? I feel Jitte would be close to unplayable in Modern. I think it would see 0 play in Boros Synergy. It would see people would try it as a one of in Hammer decks. They would try Stoneblade decks. Stoneblade decks unlikely to be very competitive with Jitte. There's one counter on the Jitte and then one counter on the Samurai. I am going to go to the Hunter Burton, yeah. Assuming my eye isn't too bothered tomorrow. Yeah, I agree that Punishing Fire is not the most popular gameplay, which is a good reason to keep it sealed. Wait, I thought they still had one. Oh, sorry. Oh, they used both to kill the Mentor. That's right. I might steal the Jitte here. So if I block with everything, they can pump this up to 6 power. Up to 8 power. All right, let's just block with 1 prowess token. Save fetch for Titania. I think it's a bit better to get the token and play immediately. I could be wrong about that. My buddy played your Mono Blue Urza deck weekly modern LGS when undefeated. Said he's dropping the Springleaf Drum and otherwise liveless. Nice. I'm interested about the drop drum. I feel like I basically always like the first copy. I would imagine he's cutting it for the for Lava Spur Boots, isn't he? Which is fine. That seems to be most people's impression, is that they want to cut it for Lava Spur Boots. Just don't want to take too much damage. Maybe I'm playing a little scared this game. There's one counter. If I attack with all 3, they can shrink 1, block another, and then, yeah, it still dies. Yeah, I think I could afford to play kind of scared. Let's see if we draw the Time Walk. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. So they kill my flying token. I steal the Jitte. I make a zombie. I kill the Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I know it's still equipped. Yeah, it's very weird. It's mine, but it's equipped. Wait, it's mine so I can activate it, right? I don't have priority. Do they know? I don't know if they know. You should have killed the 4/4. I don't think so. I think I should have. I think saving the counters is better. Oh, sorry, I meant to crack my fetch. I don't think I'm worried about this 4/4. All right, this says gain life on it. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the 4/4 mattered at all. Okay, so 2 cube drafts, 2 trophies. Very fun. I know some people really like the cube draft. Not everybody's here for it. Obviously, Modern's in a weird place with challenges not firing. I'm still thinking it's pretty fun. There's going to be a BNR in 2 weeks from Monday. Right, yeah, 2 weeks from Monday. So at the very least, we only have to wait it out till then. Might play some more cube in the meantime. But I think I have enough stuff that I'm excited to work on in Modern that any kind of cube arc wouldn't start for at least like a week probably, or might be like at the end of the stream, play a little bit of it. But I'm going to rest up my eye a little bit. I've got the Hunter Burton tomorrow. Probably just going to skip exercise today and just try to rest.